The next exercise we'll be doing is a seated dumbbell bicep curl. Jamie here will show us how to effectively perform this exercise. Jamie?
Now it's very important to keep your palms up so that you hit the inside of the biceps. Keep your chest elevated by expanding your abdominal muscles, and you only want to bend at the elbow joint. If you start to bend at the shoulder joint, you've incorporated the shoulders as well. Keep your elbows close to your body, chest up, and have a good base so that you don't roll off the ball. By using the exercise ball, you're also engaging the abdominal muscles.
So it's important to keep your elbows tucked in while you're doing the exercise.
Yes, it's very important. You want to reduce injury at all costs.
How about breathing? Are we going to inhale and exhale just like we did in the other exercises?
Yes, you always exhale on the exertion and inhale on the negative part of the movement, which would be down.
Jamie, how many reps would you say for a beginner?
12 to 15 repetitions for a beginner using moderate weight, and then you slowly progress up. Now there are other variations. You can do a hammer curl just by facing each other, and what this does is it transfers the resistance to the long head of the bicep on the outside, also known as the brachialis.
Will we be dismounting the same way as we did in the other exercises?
Actually, Penelope, it's going to be a little easier. You just got to set the dumbbells down, place your hands on the side of the exercise ball so that you have good support, and stand up. And that's how you do a
seated dumbbell bicep curl. The next exercise Jamie will be performing is the seated dumbbell tricep extension. Jamie?
This exercise not only strengthens your triceps, but also your core. Now, you first want to start by placing your thumb and your index finger around the handle of the dumbbell. Place your other hand over the top in the same manner. Elevate to the shoulder. Once you get set, make sure you have a good foundation. Elevate your chest by expanding your abdominal muscles, and elevate the dumbbell over your head.
So Jamie, for this exercise, it's important that you don't lock out your elbows, correct?
Yes, you want to keep sufficient stress on the muscles at all times. If you lock the elbows, A, you're resting, and B, you increase the chance of injury.
Is breathing important when you're doing this exercise?
Yes, on every exercise, you always want to exhale on the exertion and inhale on the descent. Now you also want to make sure that you keep your elbows tight to your ears.
And Jamie, when you're finishing the exercise, will you rest the dumbbell on the shoulder just as you began?
Yes, you want to avoid just dropping the dumbbell down for safety purposes, just like we had mentioned earlier. Place the dumbbell on the shoulder and then slowly lower it to the knees. Once you're in this position, you just drop it to the floor.
And that's how you do a seated dumbbell tricep extension.
And now we're going to demonstrate how to perform
the ab ball crunch on the exercise ball.
Okay, Penelope, if you would go ahead and sit on the ball for me. Always make sure that you support the ball so the ball does not roll out on your partner. Go ahead and roll down, keeping your shoulder blades off the ball, chin elevated, cross your arms, one over the other, placing your hands on your front deltoids. Excellent. You also want to make sure that your feet are about 2 to 3 inches apart with your toes facing in. Excellent. Now you're going to roll your shoulders forward and push your lower back to the ground. Good. Inhale and exhale. Tighten your abdominal muscles. Good. Chin up. Roll forward. Squeeze. And get a good stretch in the abdominal muscles as you inhale. And then tighten. Excellent. And inhale. Also very important. You want to exhale on the exertion and inhale on the way back. Good. Now, for a beginner, I would recommend approximately 12 to 15 repetitions until you get the form down. Good? Very good. Okay, now, when finished with the exercise, come on up now. Roll the ball up. Make sure you got a good base and stand up. And that is how you do an ab ball crunch.
The next exercise we'll be performing is a lying leg raise with the exercise ball. Jamie?
Okay, thank you, Penelope. Okay, first you want to lie flat on your back. You want to keep your back and hips flat on the ground. You do not want to allow them to elevate off of the ground. There's two ways you can do this exercise. One is to place your hands at your side. Okay, we'll start with that one. You're going to place the ball in between your ankles, grasp the ball, and then elevate. Now you want to avoid, as I just did, you want to avoid allowing your hips to elevate off of the ground. Keep them planted and engage the lower abdominal muscles and hip flexors. Keep your head off the ground, exhale, and inhale.
It's important to remember to keep breathing during this exercise.
Absolutely.
And also, Jamie, how far down should we be going on this exercise before we're touching the ground?
Okay, you want to have the ball centered with your ankles, and the ball comes all the way down just before touching the floor.
And there's also another variation to this exercise?
Yes. Make a diamond shape with your hands. Place your hands under your glutes so that your tailbone rests in that diamond. And you're going to perform this exercise the same way you did the first way.
Now, is this second exercise more of an advanced technique, or?
No, I wouldn't say it's more advanced. It's just a different way to do it.
And for beginners, will we be doing 12 to 15 reps as well?
Absolutely. 12 to 15 repetitions is a good starting point for a beginner, and from there you can progress. And as you can see, as I talk, you can see that my speech is getting a little worse because it's getting difficult. That means I'm doing the form correctly. Whew. Be sure to download all of our Met-Rx training videos. I'm Jamie Robinson.
And I'm Penelope Lagos. And we'll see you at Met-Rx.com.